misconceptions you had about data science that you've changed your mind on in the last couple of years, or in that transition from academic data science to working?
Just how primitive things can be.
Yeah.
Sometimes where it'll be like, oh yes, so this report is generated by data that we receive from a supplier. Okay, how do you receive the data from the supplier? Oh, they email us a spreadsheet every week. Okay, so then how do we ingest this? Oh, so and so
Then
takes
on the
the
back end of
spreadsheet,
your, when it's logged the
checks that
product,
it's
there'll be
all right,
scale product into
and
that
then
story.
manually uploads it to the
Did
server.
they pivot from
Particularly
being
if
a
you go and
single
work for
company?
like a public sector, civil service or something, or if you go and work in large, medium to large companies that do kind of old-fashioned stuff.
Yeah.
You'll find these kinds of things, and that is probably the big shocker. Is you spend time like learning, whether you're self-taught or at uni, you'll be like, oh, this is what the cutting edge practices. This is how everything should be done. This is how everything is done. This is how the professionals do it. And then you turn up, and you see how the professionals do it, and they're not doing it that professionally.
Yep. There's a lot of that going on.
Yeah, there's a lot of that going on in there.
But people will be surprised how much value you can bring from just the most basic data skills. Because you and me and everybody watching, we're all in the data bubble. So we think, oh, everybody is on the cutting edge as well. They already have all these systems in place.
They really don't.
Most companies don't. So I see a lot of people in the comment section, they're always worrying like, oh, data science is going extinct. Oh, the job market's saturated. No one needs a data scientist. Most companies, they haven't even done the basic stuff. Like, we're obsessed with big tech companies and seeing all the fancy stuff they've done. Most companies don't have their data in a SQL database, for example. Something that basic.
I mean, I had a meeting at work recently where myself and my manager were having to explain to our colleagues what Git's version control is. We had to sit down for an hour and explain to them, this is how we quality assure code, and B, if someone makes a mistake, we say, oh, you broke this, can you go and fix it, please?
Yeah.
And also, this is quite handy, if slightly underhand, if you work in an analytics capacity where being right is quite important, which is kind of toxic when you think about it. But anyway, if you can affirmatively say, oh yes, this is broken, sorry about that, the person who wrote this isn't here anymore.
Yeah.
And you can say that definitively, then that deflects a lot of blame. Do you know what I mean?
It's like a paper trail of saying, I didn't break this. Someone else did this.
Yeah, and then you go and fix it, and then you're the hero. It's great. Whereas
go ahead.
Whereas before, if everything's just, so much stuff, especially in kind of medium to large companies, will just be stored, on the Windows file system with no version
Excel.
control. Yeah, some of it in spreadsheets, some of it, we had SQL code in several different places, and it's like, if something goes wrong with that, there's no accountability, so then the whole team just looks bad.
Yeah.
So actually, when you come in, even if you come in, say you're self-taught and you've just made a couple of projects yourself, in some of these companies, you'll know more about version control than your colleagues.
Yeah. Well, on things that we didn't learn in university, we didn't have a single module on Git.
Yeah, but we had a lot of group projects. I think most of those were managed. Most people managed those with. Well, I certainly managed mine.
We didn't.
Oh, didn't you?
No.
All the ones I did, I managed with Git.
I had to self-teach Git. I knew there was this concept called Git, and then in the 2 weeks before I started working at my internship, I had to learn at least the basics of it. And, I'm still polishing up on that as on the project we've been working on. I got a little bit tangled and had to spend a weekend undoing my mess.
I think it is a rite of passage for anyone who works with software that you have to severely screw up a
Mhm.
Git repository at some
Oh,
point.
100%. Because the thing is, it's such a behind the scenes benefit. If you
Yes.
get what I mean,
Yeah,
like
it's very concealed.
you don't get credit. It's not visible to your stakeholders on your CV. It's a nice to have, but it's a vital.
It's so vital.
Yes. So because it's not right at the forefront, you're obsessed with maths, code. Have I built an application? Have I done this? This new technology is coming out. That is, you have to be disciplined to put aside time to learn. This is less sexy than database normalization.
Do you know what? Again, it's something that should be in that systematic formal education.
Yeah.
Much more so. Should be more forward.
Yeah.
I think in the software engineering teaching we did get like maybe a week.
If you're interested in picking up the right skills you need to become a data scientist, the best place to start is today's video sponsor, DataCamp. They offer a bunch of certificates and certifications, but if you're only concerned about the hard skills it takes to become a data scientist, I recommend you take their Data Scientist with Python career track. This track has all the necessary interactive modules to take you from knowing next to nothing about Python and progressing you towards having the skill set that a data scientist needs. DataCamp has improved a lot from the days when I used it because firstly, their catalog has grown massively. But more importantly, when you're learning, you can learn unassisted, but when you're stuck, DataCamp's AI assistant will give you hints and advice that will help you to solidify your learnings. There are also projects built into these courses, so you're not just learning random skills, and you can add those projects to your portfolio. If this sounds like it will help you become a better data scientist quicker, my link down in the description will give you 25% off.